Wallabies squad for the British and Irish Lions, but first Fiji has been announced by Joe Schmidt, folks. There's some notable omissions, there's some big bulk in the pack, and there's still a question mark about who is going to play 10. But we'll go through the squad, which has been named. As I said, it's just the initial squad for Fiji. It's not the British and Irish Lions squad confirmed yet, but you got to feel like the majority of the guys who are playing here will be the guys selected for those British and Irish Lions tests coming in mid-July, early August. We'll go through the squad. You guys let us know your thoughts on how these guys are going to go. My first thoughts are the forwards. There's some proper bulk up there, bolstered by the fact that Will Skelton is indeed in the squad. When La Rochelle didn't make the playoffs, you kind of assumed it was perfect timing for the Wallabies, and that's how it's worked out. He is a massive, massive human to have in the second row. And if Taniela Tupa was both fit and in a good mental place to play, I say that because he's kind of questioned his own form in recent times, that's a massive bit of pressure just in terms of sheer bulk that they can put on the tight head. Like, the Wallabies have a reputation for being a mobile pack, maybe not necessarily pure size. If Joe wants to go big on size, he has that up his sleeve for this Lions tour. And looking at the Super Rugby stats and results and whatnot, you've seen some of the key players for the Wallabies in good form up front. I mean, Alan Alatoa, tight head prop, 8 tries in Super Rugby. Billy Pollard, the Brumbies hooker, 11 tries in Super Rugby. Tizano, the 13 tries made him the top scorer, the loose forward from the fourth. They didn't even make the playoffs. And he's their top try scorer with 13. So the Wallabies forwards have been getting some good go forward balls. Slipper has been scrummaging really well. The veteran at 143 caps. He's been quite amazing. So there's some power in this Wallabies forward pack. So I would say it's wrong to assume that, as a few have, that the Lions are going to eat these guys for breakfast up front. Because just looking at the size and the work rate of some of the loosies, like, I mean, Tizano, along with his tries, he's a tackle machine. McCright, he's a tackle machine. Gleeson and Tom Hooper, proper work rate guys around the park. Huge amount of carries. Tom Hooper, if they play him at 6, has got a fair bit of height as well. He's almost 2 meters tall. Proper line-out option. Darcy Swain's been in good form, despite the fact that he's not real well liked here in New Zealand due to injuring Quinn Tupaia a couple of years ago. But he's been in good form, very physical and good line-out option. Nick Frost has been, again, a tackle machine, good line-out option. So they've got some options. I mean, the skill of Harry Wilson, if you haven't seen the highlights of the match where the Reds got knocked out in Super Rugby's quarterfinal, or initial playoff round, like, the dude's a freak. They've got some good loose forwards. Didn't even mention Rob Valentini. He's just been consistently good for a number of years now. So they got some very, very good forwards. They got Champion de Krebsny as this uncapped player as well, playing really well for the Force. Joe Schmidt singled him out as being versatile, can play 6, 7, 8. Good line-out option, good defensive option as well. So they've got some good forwards. The Wallabies, the question mark remains, I feel like, at 10. They've not called up James O'Connor. He's one of the omissions alongside the likes of Osamu Karevi, Miriki Korombete. These guys based in Japan, they even mentioned Bernard Foley as a potential option. But James O'Connor, because he's been playing the super sub role for the Crusaders, who are in the Super Rugby final, he was seen as the guy who's the veteran, the experienced guy, the versatile guy, who you might need against the British and Irish Lions team the same way like the Box used Mornay Stain on the last Lions tour. James O'Connor could have been that guy, because with Lolosio, Liner and Donaldson, it's still kind of not that convincing. Lolosio's been Joe Schmidt's first choice. He's looked pretty good at times, but I still feel like unconvincing in terms of being like a world-class operator at 10 who's going to make the difference in a Lions tour. So, and he's off to Japan at the end of the year as well. But on James O'Connor, Joe Schmidt said he wanted to keep investing in the players that they've chosen. These are the guys who he's selected, during his time in charge of the Wallabies. And as I said, the majority of the minutes at 10 has been Lolosio. So you got to feel like Lolosio is going to be the chosen guy, even though he's had a bit of a stuttery season with injuries and whatnot, to be running the ship for these games. Jake Gordon seems to be getting the nod at 9. There's always been a real competition at 9 between Gordon McDermott and Nick White. They haven't had like a stable first choice number 9 for a wee while now. Tate McDermott seems to be relegated to the super sub role as well, a role which he excels in because he's got a great wee sniping game, especially against tired bodies. Midfield, you feel like it's probably going to be Ikitau and Paisami, but then Suali'i there, he's missed a fair bit of the season with injury, but is he a centre, is he a fullback? They've picked Jorgensen, Callaway, Peach, Potter, Toole and Wright as the other outside back, so there would seem to be more space in the squad for Suali'i to be in the midfield because apart from Dalgunu or Callaway, who can also play midfield from time to time, he's a kind of only other really picked 2 specialist midfielders. But some of the Aussie outside backs have been in cracking form as well. Tom Wright leads the competition for run meters by a country mile. He's been getting defenders beaten. He's been getting clean breaks. Likewise, Corey Toole, he's one of the uncapped guys. Flattened Damien McKenzie the other day on his way to the try line in a losing effort for the Brumbies, but he's got pure pace. Harry Potter has been, tearing it up for the Force as well on a side which didn't make the playoffs. He's looked really impressive. So Max Jorgensen, didn't get to see enough of him because he missed the season with injury, but he's one of those guys like Fassler who's still made the squad, like Suali'i, despite the fact that they've missed a fair chunk of the season injured. But some exciting outside backs, some potential big bulk up front, and a heck of a lot of work rate in the loosies and in the other locks, apart from Skelton, who's massive. There's, I feel like a decent amount to like about this Wallaby squad. Charlie Cale, DeLutis and Wright, that's Liam Wright, have all been not considered due to injuries. And there's another bunch of guys in the wider training squad because some of the Force guys, the likes of Tom Robertson, Dylan Peach, DeCrebney, Swain, Nick White, they'll all stick with the Force for now because the Force are the first Super Rugby team to take on the Lions. So those guys are going to stick with their club for now to help prep them. So guys like Ed Medfoili'i, Lancaster, Lonergan, Kailea, Matt Phillip and Rory Scott are all in the kind of wider training squad to assist the Wallabies in their initial prep for the Fiji match. So yeah, I'm optimistic. I've been singing this song for a while that I don't think it's going to be a foregone conclusion that the Lions mop the floor with the Wallabies, because I do think they've got talent, they've got guys in form, and ultimately they've got some big size up front, which in test match footy, at least in recent years, you've seen tends to be the bigger sides that do quite well. They've not picked the heaviest locks, have the Lions guys, especially if they go with the likes of a Itoje and a Burn. So yeah, it could be an interesting area for Joe to target, but we'll see what happens. Fiji up first for the Wallabies on the 6th of July, a couple of weeks to prepare. You guys let us know your thoughts on how you reckon they're going to go. Who do you reckon they are missing? Who do you reckon's a bit lucky to be in the squad? If you want some Wallabies gear, check out the Wallabies store down in the description, affiliate of the channel. Get some gear, tell them 2 cents that you use that link. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.